To put Porsche's new top-dog Panamera Turbo SE hybrid plug-in sports sedan in perspective, please leap back half a century. While building the 917 sports racer that earned Porsche its first Le Mans victories, in 1970 and 1971, development director Ferdinand Piëch ordered his engineering team to trim weight by any reasonable means. A seemingly trivial idea worth a few ounces was changing the shift knob's material from aluminum to birch wood. In 2003, when the Carrera GT brought Porsche's racing acumen to the street, that car's laminated balsa wood shift knob paid homage to the 917's engineering discipline and competition success. Today's path to performance isn't so elegant. Porsche's electromobility strategy as embodied by this Panamera Turbo SE hybrid, which we rode in but have not yet driven, thrusts the brand's flagship four-door into the large SUV weight class. The notion of a 5,200-pound sports sedan at first seems in stark contrast to the Porsche ethos. A deeper examination reveals that hybridization might be able to improve all three attributes that define a modern super sedan: environmental responsibility, dynamic performance, and truly indulgent creature comforts. During rides in the Turbo SE hybrid with Porsche Pro drivers Timo Bernhard and Lars Kern at the Nardo Test Center in southern Italy, weight was never an issue. The Panamera jinked with a prize-fighter's cunning agility to post remarkable acceleration, cornering, and braking performance stats. Launch-controlled thrust topping an indicated 1.30 grams slammed every head in the cabin into the backrests, on the way to 60 miles per hour in barely more than 3 seconds. Our testing has seen lesser Panamera sprint to 60 miles per hour as quickly as 3.3 seconds. On Nardo's 16-turn handling loop, the pros easily posted 1.50 plus cornering GS without a whimper of protest from the 21-inch Michelin tires, as well as more than 1 gram under braking. The difficulty in blending regenerative and friction braking that we observed in the Panamera 4e hybrid has been resolved, says Porsche. Nudging the Panamera's 193 mph indicated top speed required nothing more than steady hands on the wheel. The saving grace of witnessing this show of strength from the back seat is that you are treated to a real-time view of G-forces darting across display screens attached to the front bucket's backrests and the full fury of the V8's Sport exhaust serenade. From the outside, the second-generation Panamera is a 911 Carrera kneaded into a 4-seat hatchback sedan. During breaks from flat-out lapping sessions, Gernot Dollner, who has guided Porsche's performance hybridization strategy and development since the creation of the original 918 Spider concept, explained that the hardware and equipment within this envelope has the versatility needed to set new Porsche performance standards. For example, 30 or more miles of engine-off electric driving combined with the strongest acceleration ever seen in a Panamera. While hybrids often are spun from conventional underpinnings, the MSB platform was conceived as a dual gasoline and electric architecture from the start. The Panamera Turbo S combines Porsche's 550 HP twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 with a 136 HP AC motor/generator packed inside a new ZF 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission cum transfer case. That yields a combined 680 horsepower and an awesome 626 lb-ft of torque ready and able to spin all 4 tires. A 14.1 kWh battery pack containing 104 liquid-cooled lithium-ion cells inside an aluminum box the size of a large suitcase lives beneath the cargo floor just ahead of the rear bumper. None of these components are light. The crash-resistant battery pack and its mounting hardware, for example, weigh more than 300 pounds. Even though Porsche's engineers trimmed 41 pounds from the unibody with a more extensive use of aluminum, the scales tip in the other direction with the electric motor, yards of copper wiring, additional driveline parts, and 113 electronic control units. Add to that the huge carbon ceramic brake rotors squeezed by 28 hydraulic pistons, 10 per front wheel, 4 per rear wheel, 4-wheel steering, air springs, adjustable dampers, and adaptive anti-roll bars powered by a 48-volt electrical system. Inside are 4-zone climate control, 4 highly adjustable bucket seats, a 2-panel sunroof and touch screens and switches galore commanding 6,000 customer functions, according to Dollner. Compared with an all-wheel drive, 550 HP Panamera Turbo. The top-spec e-hybrid edition is some 700 pounds heavier and more lavishly equipped, in keeping with its $185,450 starting price. That's $37,500 more than a non-hybrid turbo, but a bargain of sorts if you total the incremental cost of all the gear that's standard in this Turbo S. The shocker, though, is the nearly $100,000 spread between the 330 HP base Panamera and the Turbo SE hybrid. The executive model, with a 5.9-inch longer wheelbase, costs $195,850. With a total of 11 models in the Panamera family plus a comprehensive options list, there's one for every thick purse and purpose. Our grasp of Porsche's aggressive hybridization strategy won't be complete until we add the pieces currently missing from this puzzle. While fuel consumption versus the non-hybrid turbo dropped by an encouraging 69% on the European driving cycle, the mileage in our hands and during EPA testing remains unknown. We also look forward to comparing this heavy hybrid with conventional supersedans from the driver's seat on US roads. Only then will we really know exactly what has been accomplished by Porsche's flat-out hustle down the hybrid highway. Skeptics in the audience should pay heed to the following: the days of trimming pounds with lightweight shift knobs are gone forever. That said, Porsche Panamera boss Dollner characterizes dueling powertrains as a bridging technology, implying there's something better and probably lighter on the far shore. Assuming that the Mission E pure electric vehicle Porsche started discussing 2 years ago was an accurate predictor, at least some of this brand's marvelous combustion engines will be eligible for retirement in 5 years. Or less. View photos. View photos.